Hey guys, Jay's Fish Tanks is back. I just wanted to give you a little video on what's going on with my tanks right now. Sorry, my camera on my phone's not very good. That will be changing at some point. Right now in this tank I have some German blue rams. They've been showing some spawning activity. Once I know for a fact that this is a spawning pair, I will be taking them out and putting them in their own tank. Don't mind the glowfish. Those were in a kid's tank that they never took care of, so I decided to rehouse them in here. There's only like 4 glowfish in here right now. I got some neon tetras, red wag teacup platies. Of course, you can see she's really fat right now. She's about to birth. I don't even know what kind of angelfish these are. I went to Petco and most of their fins were rotted away and everything, and I nursed them back to health. So if you guys know what they are, please let me know. I also have some nebula plecos. Plecos, wow. Nebula guppies. I have 3 females, 3 males. Of course, the females are about to give birth. They haven't been in here long. Look at him, he's coming up here to say hi. Over here in my little thing, I have a beta. He was free swimming in here, but I recently added cherry shrimp to the tank. I had gotten 20 of them, and they like to hang out underneath the wood. I've been seeing babies every now and then of those, so there's a nice colony. Hopefully soon I'll be able to release him. He doesn't bother with the big ones, but the baby ones he does. I got a Cory cat back there. I don't know which one he is yet. He kind of came with a 20-gallon tank that my old boss at the vape shop had given me. Matter of fact, that's actually where a couple of the glowfish had come from. I do have some Narite snails. There's one of the horned ones. He's a little covered in algae at the moment. I have 2 zebra, 2 tiger, and 2 horned in here. And eventually I'll bring up a video talking about the plants and stuff that I have. Most of them are easy to keep low light plants. I do inject CO2. Not very much, because right now I have a DIY setup. And, well, I'm working on getting a tank. And also don't mind the blackbeard algae. That was introduced to my aquarium from a couple plants that I had gotten, and I didn't realize it. I didn't do the dip like I should have. But, I mean, the snails and the shrimps kind of keep it a little under control. Like these plants right here, they were completely coated in it. And now you can just see like little spots of it. I don't mind the blackbeard algae as long as it's not taking over my tank. I figure it's a part of, you know, natural life cycle. Matter of fact, my Nubius here has some on it. Not nearly as bad as it was since I added the shrimps. The rocks had a little bit on it. As you can see, they're pretty much picked clean. But, oh, I also have some coolie loaches in here, which they're always hiding. There's a common misconception with the coolie loach. They say that they like eat shrimp and everything. I mean, they completely go around my shrimp, but they don't even bother with them. I mean, they might scarf up a couple babies here and there, but that's about it. I really have to clean the glass, but as you can see, there's some scratches in the tank. I kind of got this tank secondhand. The guy gave it to me for only 75 bucks for a 125 gallon. I wasn't going to pass that up. Plus it came with some lighting, some heaters, a Magnum canister filter, which you can't see it down there, which that's another one of my DIY projects I'm going to post. He only had it set up as the Micron filter, and I tried using the media baskets, and the mesh kind of tore. So I said, you know, basically forget that, and modified it myself. And then over here, right next to it, is my Redclawed crab tank. I do have a Siamese algae eater in here, and yes, this is brackish water. Is 1.010 salinity. The Chinese algae eater was in here, but I got tired of him eating all the babies, and he was starting to pick off some shrimps. And unfortunately, my only local fish stores is Petco or PetSmart or Pet World in Sunbury, and neither one of them would take the Chinese algae eater. So I'm like, oh, I'll throw him in here, you know, he'll become crab food eventually. He's been in here for a couple months, and he is thriving. So anybody that says that Chinese algae eaters cannot tolerate slightly black brackish water, oh, right here's living proof. He's in here somewhere. I see him at least once a day. And he's got better coloration on him than when he was in there. Let's see if I can't find any of these crabs for you guys. If you could see right here, there's some legs hanging down from one. They like to hang up here around the waterfall. There's currently 3 of them in here. There was a 4th one. I don't know whatever happened to him. I never found a carcass or anything, so. I was trying some Java fern in here. People say that, yeah, you know, the Redclawed crabs, they don't really bother with it too much. Well, mine's been tearing them up. Then I got some native mosses. They started eating this stuff over here. That batch over there is kind of dormant at the moment. It's kind of like in a hibernative stage. And then back there in the back, I got some pothos to help with nitrates in the water. They don't really bother with the pothos too much. Like every now and then I'll see that they'll have it drugged down into the water or something like that, but I usually take care of that. You can see I have a little bit of Java fern coming back up over here that they're not bothering with. These guys, they really love green beans. I'll throw some green beans in here, and they'll bring out the shrimps and the snails every now and then. Some of the other fish will pick at it, but most of the time they're flake food or frozen food, depending. Oh, look. He's like, take a picture. But yeah, these guys, they were some, like I said, most of their fins were gone and everything like that. And they finally came back. He's up here to say hi too. Oh, she. Sorry, that's my female. Back there's one of the males. I asked them to bag up 2 of the females and 1 of the males, but they ended up giving me 2 males, so I'm constantly seeing, you know, fighting going on. Which, you know, nature and all. I like to try to keep my tanks as natural as possible, so everything in here is real. Most of it's been collected from my local streams, stuff like that, like the rocks and stuff like that. Alright, time to go check out another tank. Don't mind the clutter with this tank. It does need cleaned down, but this is where I have housed my common snapping turtle. Just currently. Like I said, I like it all natural. So where is he? He's down here right now. I'll show more videos on him once he's a little bit more active. It's just a baby. We found him outside of work the one day, and he was all dried up. You could tell he was about an inch away from death. So I got him to start eating and stuff like that. This is just a 29-gallon tank right now. Like I said, he was really tiny when I got him. Yeah, you can't really see him. But I'll do some update videos on him then too. And this is where I house, I forget the scientific name for him, but it's an orange salamander with black speckles. The kids found him. See if I can't find him real quick for you. He usually hides underneath this piece here. Oh, there's part of his tail going under there. Hold on. Keep an eye. Oh, he's hiding up in the moss, but you can see a little bit of his tail sticking out there. When the kids brought him home, he was missing a leg. He looked pretty beat up and everything. But he's been doing really good in here. I throw in a baby earthworm every now and then for him, and he seems to gobble them up, so. This tank I just kind of redone real quick with some local mosses, stuff like that. You can tell that my filter floss is even that dirty right now. But yeah, the salamander tank was a 10-gallon tank. I'm working on trying to get the salamander some buddies, but I mean, with the season it is right now, I mean, it's just hitting fall, so I might be able to find some more. Of course, the snapping turtle tank and the salamander tank are unheated because they're both like cooler water. The kids love the snapping turtle. The snapping turtle does not snap at anybody unless if, like, you know, they're playing around in this tank or something like that. Like, he snapped at me once, but that was during the time I was trying to get him to eat. I wanted to make sure his jaw was alright, so I kind of, you know, purposefully, you know, pissed it off. But he hasn't bit anybody yet, so. I also have 2 hamsters, 2 cats, and one of my neighbors, they just moved in with me because, well, some stuff that has happened. And they just got a baby pit. So, I mean, my house is kind of full of animals. We did have a pet garter snake for a while. Matter of fact, it actually had laid eggs, but they ended up passing. One of the cats found out how to get the top off the cage, so at least that's a learning experience. I mean, I don't know. I never actually personally found it dead. It kind of just disappeared and the lid was off, so that was my assumption. I mean, as far as I know, it could have gotten out back outside or whatnot. But when I found the snake, part of it was crushed. I thought for sure it was going to die, and he lived probably about another year. So, and it's one of my favorite things to do is rescue animals. That's one of the things I want to do with my pet store is work with the SPCA, stuff like that, and bring in rescued animals, you know, and just charge people for like vaccinations and, you know, a little bit of care. I'm not going to charge like top dollar. I just want to get these animals housed again, you know what I mean? But I do have a GoFundMe for that. Right now it's just called Jay's Pet Store. There is no name in stone currently. Eventually I'll put a description in and you guys could check it out. Every dollar is good that goes to that's going to go right towards the pet store. So, and I do live in Penns Creek, Pennsylvania. I want to try to open up the pet store in Mifflinburg, PA, because we don't have any good pet stores around us. Like, we have Pet World in Sunbury, which is still a pretty good hike, but they have a really bad reputation and everything. I've rescued a bunch of animals from there before. Matter of fact, they have it to the point where you can't even take like cameras or anything into the store anymore. because people used to videotape themselves like with animals and stuff. They had like a monkey in there. They have full-grown gators that they used to let people, you know, go in and look at, but they completely have that blocked off now. So but I mean, hopefully you enjoyed the video. There'll be more to come, don't worry. All right, peace out, guys.